Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it. Episode 2 of the Aussie Backyard Banter. We did promise in the pilot episode that we'd bring banter from the backyard in Australia and a man that can guide us through the night of banter, through any sport, mainly cricket and Japanese ping pong. Tommy, welcome back.
Yes, I'm very excited to be back, especially after an amazing 2-0 in the Ashes.
Oh, mate, look,
I'm happy to spend the next 4 hours talking about it if you like.
Lucky there's editing for that. Tommy, we appreciate you being here, and we always like you to bring a bombshell. Mate, I've heard there's some big news you've got for the podcast exclusive today.
There is. Got the knee dirty on Tuesday night, so I did tell Jess not to tell anybody until we had a chance to drop it live on this podcast, so feel free to post on social media now, Jessica, which is pretty exciting.
Awesome, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Long time coming.
It is, yes. Yeah. We've been to a couple of weddings, some really fun weddings over the last 6-7 weeks, so we thought, hey, let's do it ourselves. Pretty exciting. Wouldn't have it any other way, do you feel?
All the listeners, and including, I think we've got some very good feedback from your mother, would be very appreciated to hear it this way first.
So this is going to be the breaking news for Jennifer.
Yeah, very good. And cackling on the microphone, the orange microphone, first time it's ever been used for a podcast, is a man, a lucrative man, a man that loves not only a beer but fixing cars, and he will be guiding us through all things repairs, all things alcohol. Callum, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, gentlemen. Glad to be here.
Now, mate, we like to ask guests as soon as they come in. We need just a couple of questions so all the listeners get to know, mainly Tommy's mum and my mum. They really need to know. How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
I reckon casual, useless beers.
And calling in from another undisclosed location, but this time I'm told he's in front of the research computer, the supercomputer, James Beale. How are you, Bealey?
I'm thrilled to be back.
Are you excited as I am for episode 2?
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited here in front of the computer doing the research, the grunt work for you, Mitchell.
Mate, the hand came up for someone to get into the trenches, mate. Yours was up first, so we just left you to it.
Fair enough.
Now, this is probably going to be our last episode, unfortunately, for the year. That's what happens when you start a podcast in December. We are super excited that everyone's enjoyed it, really. So we've got 2 special guests who will be joining us throughout the year, and we'll go through them throughout the podcast, but I'd firstly like to start with one, Sam. I spoke to him earlier in the week, Sam Donnellan, a prestigious Wagga man himself, and this is what he had to say to me earlier this week.
Words. Tall, old and tired. Love it. True or false question for you. Now, we've heard rumours about you and we want the listeners to really get to know you, but is it true you have more photos in the Wall of Fame at Romano's than anyone else?
My photos are on the wall at Shimano's, but definitely not more than anyone else.
So, just so people get a real range of your abilities, Sam, what do you think your top 3 greatest achievements would be?
I'm proud of the fact that I've played, coached and refereed rugby in Southern Inland. The local punters probably know me more as a referee than a coach or a player though, but once upon a time I could do both those things. Yeah, I don't know. 3 greatest achievements. I'm always pretty humble, I think. So,
so we can make these up for you. Is that what you're getting at? Yeah.
Let's just leave it open-ended and let the punters throw in their 5 cents worth and tell me what I'm known for.
I'm excited to unpack probably more. I feel like when you're in the inner sanctum of the studio, it changes. Everything changes.
Totally.
You and I have talked a lot about this podcast. It's been a long time in the back of bar coasters, over a few beers, usually broken promises that I usually deliver. But what are you excited to actually bring to the Aussie Backyard Banter next year, Sam?
I think I'm happy to see it finally come to fruition. I'm also keen to just be the level head. Joe, I think you've definitely got some good punters on the team with Tommy and Beals and obviously yourself, Mike. I'm open to exploring whatever's out there that we feel like I'm going to shout out each week. Thanks, Mike. I am coaching with the Southern Sports Academy. Adam Mokachuku and I are taking under-18s team over to New Zealand to play in the Global Youth Sevens in Auckland. So we're over there from the 15th to the 22nd of December. I'll take cash for anyone who's happy to help out. I promise I'll pass it on to the young fellas. No, that's an exciting opportunity. It's really cool to see the group of kids that we've had come through get this opportunity. And I'm really excited to get over there and see what they can put on the park. Rugby tours are about so much more than what you do on the field. And that's where the personal growth really happens, isn't it? You get challenged on the field and sometimes you get challenged off the field. So we'll see what we can bring for their athletes in that as well.
Sam, pleasure. We look forward to having you on the podcast.
The pleasure is all mine, Mike.
That was great. I love Sam. He's always been like that fatherly figure. And like you said, he's going to try and bring that to the podcast. He did touch on the Southern Sports Academy. Tommy, you've been helping out with the kids there. It sounds like a bloody good opportunity for some young kids to get some exposure.
Mate, it's great. It's this under-18s tournament they're playing over in New Zealand. Some of the oppositions they're playing are world class, so it's going to be a great experience for them young men to get out there and even win, lose, draw. It'll be a great experience for them to learn and develop their rugby skills.
Yeah, sorry for you, Beals, who probably doesn't know, and Callum, who doesn't know a lot about the Southern Sports Academy. So it's just a cool pathway for local kids to get in front of selectors and follow the pathways through to the Rugby World Cup one day, hopefully. We've had a few high-profile players come out of Wagga, haven't we?
There have been, yeah. I think the latest one would be Corey Toole, of course, who's Southern Sports Academy, as well as something the representative playing Wagga Waratahs. And he's done quite well for himself this year, making the Wallabies starting team for the last couple of tests.
Speaking of tests, now you're absolutely chomping at the bit. I used this term last week, but Beals, if you're in front of the supercomputer, could you do me a massive favour for some research while we get started here? Can you look up the stats? How many balls were bowled between the England team and the Australian team in the second test, please? Good luck. Yep, we'll leave that with you.
Give me 10 minutes and I might finally talk.
You get your back. But Tommy, another win. I think I predicted 4 days. I'm happy with the win on that on the first episode. But the question I have to start you off with is, are Australia that good or are England that bad?
I think as we discussed in the first pod, it was a lot of the England shots just aren't test cricket shots. Exact same thing has happened again. How they're just like, yes, we're setting up to play them shots, but guys, it's a 5-day test. You don't need to be doing them shots 3 or 4 balls into it. Was it Mitchell Starc, 6 wickets again, another wicket in the first over a test match? Gosh, like just be smarter. Like Bazball clearly isn't working at the moment. They're getting out Bazball by us. Like it's change of plan. Bring back Johnny Bairstow or someone.
You say that though, mate, but Mitchell Starc scored the most amount of runs out of anyone in the Australian team. Obviously, Joe Root, 123, I think it was in the end, but 124. But is it just one person? Because we seem to be carried. If it wasn't for Mitchell Starc, what does the side look like?
It's true, but in saying that, you look at the Aussie scorecard, there was, 5 half-centuries scored? Like, everyone's getting a start at least. Like, we were in the 50s, 60s. It was actually the 3rd ever time in Test cricket that every batter has scored over 10 runs in innings. Pretty fun fact for you.
Bills would have picked that up. But speaking of stats, Callum, and sorry to pull you up so quickly, but Callum said to me during the week that he had some questions.
What is Bazball? I have no idea what Bazball is.
So, Brendan McCullum, the Kiwi international who is the Pommy coach, his nickname was Baz. He's going to know that he was a very aggressive batsman, world class. It was a great play when he played for the Kiwis. I rate him very highly, very interesting man on podcasts. We'll get him one day. But yeah, so it's just he's taken his style of play, which is aggressive, trying to score 6 runs and over kind of thing, to England. And when we started coaching, like, Bazballs, I think it worked for a couple of tests against, I think we're 3rd grade, but it's
you
just...
hear it everywhere. And I'm like, well, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
I was going to Google it this week, and I thought, hang on, I will wait, and we'll get an answer live.
How has Bazball gone, Tommy?
I think looking at results, especially these last 2 tests, it clearly isn't.
But they planned this style of cricket for the Ashes, for this tour. If it hasn't worked now...
But in saying that too, have Australia planned their bowling to attack Bazball?
And I'm sure Bills will get to us in a second, but one of the interesting thing I got to was the pitch map from the Australian versus the England team. Honestly, the accuracy that the Australians were bowling was phenomenal. It was all in the corridor, all on that 5th stump line. England was spraying it all over the place. I don't think that's their tactics. In those Australian conditions, line and length has been the thing since I can remember cricket with Glenn McGrath. That's all he did was consistency, line and length.
Yeah, no, exactly right. It's an interesting one. Especially in the first test, we noticed that they bowled short a lot. I think Travis scored 120 before they decided to pitch it up to him. Even Steve Smith and Josh Archer, that was a short ball battle. And just didn't work. Like, Aussies are loving the short stuff at the moment. So try something New England. Pick a spinner, maybe.
They don't have one.
That is true.
They literally got Jacks in as an all-rounder batter.
Did he bowl?
A couple of overs.
Yeah.
Do you have the stats there? Or
Just top of the head, I reckon he bowled 2 or 3.
2 or 3, but it wasn't a spinner's wicket, luckily. And I was very nervous when I saw Nathan Lyon on the sideline, Joe Root getting 100, and I'm like, this is just going to... If we get one injury, I don't know how the injury rule works, but he just needs to be back. I'm glad he's back in Adelaide.
Do you bring him back in the team for Adelaide?
100%.
Who do you drop?
I think...
Because
you ready?
Cummins is back in too.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
Mitchell
Maybe.
Stark. Yep. Don't look at me like that. I think, but this is my reasoning. His load in the last 2 games has been massive. We're 2-0 up in the series, and Pat Cummins is coming back. We've also got Neza playing really well. Nathan Lyon comes back in with his experience on the pitch if it does go long, and Cummins is a world-class bowler and been bowling really well in the lead up to this. He hasn't just turned up off a plane. He's been here training for the last months to get prepared for the first test. Missed it, nearly made the Brisbane test. But my fear is, like, if we do have to lose a game, Mitchell Stark needs a break. When do you give him a break?
And that's a good point. But from my reason for keeping him in the team is Melbourne, which is the 4th test,
Yeah.
is usually a road.
Yeah.
That's when you can rest him.
But then that's when you need that X factor. That's when you
Not-
need
not if-
150
not if
Ks
you're
on a
up
road.
3-0.
Yeah, but on a road,
yeah.
on 150 Ks on a road is better than a medium pacer with no swing.
That's true, but the other boys are bowling quite fast at the same time.
Yeah, but Nisa's good because he's slow but consistent.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did hear some commentary around the fact that you very rarely see caught and bowled in cricket anymore, where Nisa took 3 in 1 innings.
And all from great change-ups too.
Great change-ups, yeah. So, Tommy, what was your takeaway, mate? Who was a winner and who was a loser out of it? The top player and the worst player for you?
Our top player is Starkey again.
Yep.
He's got best on ground 2 games in a row. He's just killing it at the moment, and looking forward to seeing him get man of the match in the 3rd test too.
Will be dropped, Adelaide.
And the loser is, I'm going to say, the whole English team's fielding.
It just has to be Duckett then, doesn't it?
Yeah, like it was horrible. Like, they take catches in the first innings. They're a big chance of winning. They don't go in 170 behind. They go in 10 or 30 in front.
Well, that's what they said. It's hard to take 10 wickets in a test match, let alone 15.
Yeah, exactly right.
5 drop catches. So
Yeah.
I think the other thing I was interested in with the game was also the fact of how they looked exhausted in the field. Like they just, every time they ran in, I think even though Root had a really good first innings, struggled. The England team never looked like they wanted to be there. I don't know. It's just a body language thing for me, and maybe it's just a perception, but you think the guys that are super fit, super onto it, like they should be wanting up for the challenge. But Beals, do you have a stat for us, mate, or are we still searching?
What stat would you like to know? I've got like a whole 3-4 pages of stats here.
Can you let us know the balls from the 2 teams in the second test?
Oh, jeez. Now you're asking somebody.
It's the same question we asked like 5 minutes ago.
Just quickly while Beals finds that, do you think there's anything in everyone skipping that day-nighter in Canberra from England? Do you think it may have helped? No.
I honestly, I don't think it would got too much out of
little
it. It's
too
a
late.
whole different pitch.
Yeah.
It's literally ping pong lights, the same thing, but a whole different pitch, whole different attack. It was fair enough to them. Just go up there, as Baz McCullum said, they probably over-prepared. So if they played a pickleball test in Canberra, that's bloody people are preparing. So yeah, nothing is the right thing. Just head up there, but I'm sure they're enjoying their 5 days at the beach before the Adelaide Test match too.
I had zero sympathy for that. Like, pile on them. When we were playing over there in Lords, the booing we got when we walked through that test match, like, it goes both ways. That's all part of being a travelling team and being part of that. Toughen up. Like, not toughen up, but being 2-0 down, what happens on the field, your control. Off the field, I get it. It's part of being an elite athlete. It's not always good, but I've heard nothing about the Australian team's preparation since the test match finished. Nothing. I don't even know where they are, what they're up to. I can tell you what they've had for breakfast, the English team at the moment. Like, literally, like how many beers they've had, what route they've taken to and from the beach.
How many rounds of golf was he played? Do you know?
We'll find out. Callum, would you back him in to start, or would he play down the order?
Oh,
Or
he's about 400 years old, isn't he?
39 on day 1 of the test. Is that correct? Or the
That
first?
is correct enough.
Yeah, well.
Day 2, is it?
I have no idea.
He's 39, his birthday, and it's
Of the one of Adelaide.
of Adelaide. Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyway, it'd be
Christ,
interesting.
I'm 29 and I can't stand it. So, let alone play 18 hours of golf and then a game of cricket.
And thank you for the segue, Matt. But the batting order, how do you think it looks? We've spoken about dropping Starkey or keeping him, but what do you think of the top order, Tommy?
I would put Head back down to 5, but then the golden question is who opens. Starkey, of course. No, you would. Oh, man, that's a tough one. What do you do? What other openers are in the squad there?
I think Aussie needs a crack. If they think he's the best person for the job, I've also heard a stat today where batting at 5, Travis Head's average at the Adelaide Oval is 97.
Yeah.
So that's pretty handy. Beals, have you got any stats
Yes.
for us?
You actually found some stats. So the first innings, England, 334 balls all out. And 511 Australia all out. 511 balls, Australia's first innings.
It'd be interesting because looking at them stats, I reckon they bowled, when Australia was 6 wickets down, they bowled an extra 50 overs, so an extra 300 balls to get the last 4 wickets. England did.
Yeah. And that was a changer. Like, it was just the attitude.
Yeah, exactly right.
I don't know. I just don't feel Australia they don't give me the feeling that they're fully in control. That's my only worry. I watched the game. If it wasn't for Starkey and Boland batting those couple of hours, what does that look like? We're just slightly better than the team we're playing. But I don't know. Are we just up against one of the world's best teams? We're up against the world's best batsman, Joe Root.
There has been a lot of criticism, especially from the English press, saying this is the worst Australian cricket team for a long time. But yes, at the moment we're not at full strength and we are still working out some selection changes. I think everyone's doing their job slowly. Like Weatherall's done well coming in. Smith and Labuschagne, they're both back in form. I think we're getting there. Every innings has been better.
Yeah.
And the bowlers are world class. Once Hazelwood's out for the series now, but once Cummins comes back in, we're going to have a world class team.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's... And the only thing I wanted to know about is Mark Wood getting flown home. He was the English quick bowler map that they brought in to be the answer for the Australian. He was a 150k bowler, like a Mitchell Stark type. He got Aussie out more times than anyone else when they last played here. And he was the one that they were on. He got injured after the first game, did very little in Perth, and now he's been flown home and they've got in another 130k swing bowler back in to replace him. How big of a loss is that for the England team? Like, they've just lost their strike.
It is, and as we discussed before, like pace is key in Australia.
Yeah.
Like in England, you can get away with your 130, 135 kilometre swing bowlers because the pitches are so different. But in Australia, to compete against us, you do need just that pace. I think they will struggle. Yeah.
We'll see. And if Joffre Archer can bowl like he did to Steve Smith and he hits him for 6 every time, I'd be happy with both. I think it's good to see a bit of banter back in the team.
Oh, it's great. That was the third innings. Steve Smith scores 700 before stumps. He was possessed. He was going berserk, which is awesome to see.
Beals, what was your take on this game, mate?
It was actually a lot more one-sided than what I thought it was going to be, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It ended up being a lot more... I thought England would put up a bit more of a fight after their first attempt, or a little bit better effort anyway. Let's see what they do in the third one.
I do have an exclusive about the Ashes, and the last thing before we move on to the many other topics we've got today, but for the show, I will be travelling down to Sydney and taking interviews between Bay 13 and the Barmy Army. I'm not looking forward to it, obviously. I will absolutely hate it. But the man that I will be travelling down with and who will be my co-interviewer is a man by the name of Gus, and I interviewed him earlier. He will be joining us on the podcast to fill a gap of knowledge that we don't have, AFL. Now, we listen to the fans. I read the Facebook posts from your mum, mainly Tom, said we didn't talk enough about AFL. So I said, how about we get the man that knows more about AFL than anyone else I know, Gussie boy, and this is what he had to say earlier. Gus Van Tilborg, a pleasure to have you on the podcast. We asked all the guests that have been on the show for the first time. Mate, could you describe yourself in 3 words?
Thanks, Mitchell. It's good to be here. If I was to describe myself in 3 words, I'd probably say I'm laid back, funny, and I'm a bit of a sporting nuffy. Not one to follow the rules either.
So we needed an AFL correspondent. You put your hand up, Gus, so we're super excited to have you on board for the Aussie Backyard Banter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite Mexican. I still live in New South Wales, but the closest thing you'll get that'll actually talk any sense and have any idea what's going on.
Now, just so the listeners can get to know, what would you say is your greatest achievement on the field? You've played a lot of sports. What would you describe as your greatest achievement?
That's a tough one. I did knock up 50 last week in 3rd grade cricket. I don't know whether that's much of an achievement when there's 12-year-old kids playing. I haven't really had any footy accolades. It's pretty hard to get any glory when you're a fullback in reserve grade. Probably my biggest achievement's punching the ball every quarter.
So, following the season, which team do you play for in AFL, mate?
Play for a little town called Catamatite. where
you-
the
Defending premiers. They've got the flag back in the Lions' den, or the Tigers' pit, I should say.
the seniors had their first flag in 25 or 26 years. So they definitely joined in the off-field celebrations. It was actually the week before my wedding.
Very good. Now, we're super excited to follow Catamatai. They are the official AFL team of the show. So we're looking forward. I'm sure you'll give us weekly updates when the season starts, Gus. But apart from that, mate, what are you excited to bring to the pod next year?
Oh, I think I can bring some non-New South Wales bias. People won't know this about me, but I'm actually Kiwi, Dutch, Aussie, whatever you want to call me. So I'll probably bring a bit of an All Blacks perspective to the podcast. I know you and Tommy are massive Wallaby fans, so I reckon I'll even out the ledger there. And you definitely can expect some expert armchair analysis of cricket and footy. I'll give you an update on what it's like living in the great state of Victoria. Luckily, I don't live there, as I said, but I do work and play footy, obviously, on that side of the river. So most of my life's in Victoria.
And another thing too, with your European heritage, Soccer World Cup coming up, will you be able to give us some updates, how the things are going with that too?
Oh, absolutely. Up the Dutch, they have qualified. They look pretty solid in qualification, so they're back where they belong. I think they missed the last World Cup. It'd be good to have them back and see if the boys can bring it home.
Bring it home. Has it ever been home, Gus?
No, they've been runner-up 3 times.
There you go. Hopefully this is the year. The Catamatai Tigers, the Dutch soccer team World Cup updates. Mate, pleasure to have you on the podcast and be a part of it today, and we're looking forward to your insights next year.
Beautiful. Can't wait. Thanks, Mitchell.
So, lads, I was very nervous bringing a Kiwi Dutchman AFL player onto the podcast, but I thought that's what the people wanted.
Yes, I do. Do not forgive him for being Kiwi or Dutch, but AFL is great. It's a tick the AFL part, of course.
Beals, has the Soccer World Cup come across your desk yet?
I did hear something about Australia qualifying in the US. It's got to go up against the US and some other teams. Other than that, I haven't heard much more about the Soccer World Cup yet.
Now, Beals, you've been quiet during the start, and I know cricket, it's not really your strong point, right? But one thing that is your strong point, and the thing that we all want you here for, mate, is the movie review. Now, we spoke last week. We got very excited. It was an unreal review. Like, people were thanking me for it. They either watched or didn't watch it based on that. Now, we spoke before the podcast, mate, but tell us, what did you do when we asked you to do another simple movie review for this week?
I did a bit of a deep dive. We vaguely talked about Christmas movies last time, and Die Hard was brought up. So I watched it, and it still holds up, very good. When I finished, I was recommended the next Die Hard, so I decided to watch that as well.
Keep on keeping
And
on.
I must say, the second one is good. It definitely doesn't live up to the first one, but I still enjoyed it. The next day, I got recommended to watch the third one, so I ended up watching that as well.
So you've done 3 movie reviews.
3 Die Hard movies, actually. The third one is very different than the first 2.
So,
Completely different tone.
Beals, I'd love you to do something for us first. Is for the 3 movies in order from 1 to 3, how would you rate them as a suitability as a Christmas movie from the first one, mate, working way through? And then we'll get your actual movie review after that.
The first one, I'd say, I reckon it is a Christmas movie.
So a
Hands
5?
down. Yep. The second one, I think it actually leans into the Christmas theme even more than the first one.
Really?
It's based on Christmas Eve.
I just don't think the stretch between that. And all the basics isn't it?
Honestly, you should watch it. It leans into the Christmas more than the first one does.
Oh, okay.
Do they all
Okay.
take
Righto.
place at Christmas time or no?
The second one is Christmas Eve.
Oh,
Oh,
In an airport, waiting for his wife to fly in on Christmas Eve so they can go catch up with the family.
I thought only the first one was Christmas based. There you go. I'm learning.
That turns out I didn't think the second one was Christmas based.
No.
either.
Also Christmas
Turns out
adjacent.
It is.
yeah.
But
And then,
third-
so they're 2 5s, mate?
I'd say they're both. The second one they've clearly tried to aim it at Christmas. I'd say.
Okay,
based
so-
on the first one.
So they're Christmas map. So you're 10 out of 10 so far.
Yep. But the third one, very different sort of movie. It's almost like a buddy cop movie.
Oh.
Samuel L. Jackson's in it. It's very good.
Yeah, yeah.
but it's got nothing to do with Christmas. So as far as a Christmas movie is concerned, it'd be a 0 out of 10.
See, I've actually never seen the Die Hard movies. If I wanted to sit down and go 3, 1, 2 in that order, would it still make sense?
Yeah, it would. There's a few references of the first one in the third one. But the third one it's a completely different story. But I would say watch the first one first.
Yeah.
I'll put that on the
Obviously.
Christmas list, I think.
Yeah, good. And for your young daughter, Tommy.
The second one's not really important. You can skip that one if you really wanted to.
So 1, 3, 2. Yeah.
So, Beals, now for the review. The one we've all been waiting for. We're ready.
The first movie, I think it's a classic. Still holds up. I reckon easily a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 stars.
Jeez, is that the top rated so far? This becomes the standard.
We're only 2 episodes in, Mitchell.
I know, but I feel like we need a standard. When you go 4 or 5 out of, we need to know what that movie is to balance.
No, I think the first one is definitely the pinnacle. It's just a classic, all-out classic. I think most people that have seen it remember it.
Well, Tom doesn't because he'd never seen it. Which, as a listener, was shocking news last week that you had never seen it.
Yeah, I just
How you've avoided it.
I just haven't had time to sit down and dedicate it, which I assume we have to be quite in the zone, in the mood to watch it.
Even,
So
on telly, but Love actually gets a run every November. Die Hard usually gets a run around the same time. I was shocked that you've missed it.
I just haven't got time around watching the Big Bash and
Yes,
Woody repeats and ping pong games.
It's a different list.
And so, Beals, the second one, mate.
The second one is still entertaining, but it's definitely a downgrade on the first one, for sure. I'd give it a 3 out of 5, probably, because it's too much of like just it's unlucky guys in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Is that the one at the airport where like they somehow redirect all the planes or something?
Yeah, it's all based at an airport. He just happens to be there at the time. His wife happens to be on one of the planes. It's too many coincidences. But it's entertaining, but it's nowhere near as good as the first one.
Yeah.
The third one, complete shock, because I must admit, I forgot all about the third one. Die Hard with a Vengeance, it's called.
Yeah.
And it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's a completely different type of movie. Samuel L. Jackson's in it. And it's almost like a buddy cop sort of thing between him and Bruce Willis through the whole movie.
Yeah. And two good actors. I would say the show's favourite actors so far.
I had a really good time. I'd put that at 4 out of 5 stars too.
Jeez, not even 4.5 out of 5. It's just straight 4.
Just leave it at 4. I would recommend the third one to most people.
You would be happy just to watch it alone if we like just the third movie without watching 1 and 2?
Yeah, I think it's still a good movie. Absolutely. A few little references in there you probably wouldn't understand, but other than that, I still liked it. From what I heard, it was originally planned to be a Lethal Weapon script, and they changed it to a Die Hard script.
There you go.
Right after I watched Die Hard, I got a YouTube video about the behind the scenes of the third Die Hard movie. Would you believe it?
it is crazy that happens, isn't it? Like even on the work computer, I'll Google something, and on my personal phone it comes up, and it's like, how do they know this?
I think the question is more, what are you looking up on the work computer?
How to do my job.
Maybe that's where I've gone wrong, because I've never looked it up.
Beals, you've come home strong for the end of the year, mate. A triple episode, triple review. How are you going to top it next year?
I'm hoping to go watch the new Avatar movie next week.
Yeah, that'd be a cracker to start off 2026 with the
So
movie
that's
review.
my plan at this stage.
Yeah, I've not seen a single Avatar movie.
Genuinely. How have you avoided so much pop culture?
The first Avatar's been around for 16 years at this point.
Is that still the highest grossing movie of all time?
It'd have to be up there.
It is, yeah, because they've re-released it multiple times since then too.
Ah, rightio. No, that's...
Something like $3 billion.
Holy hector.
In You Boys' defence, I've not seen the second one, so I can't completely explode. But
Yeah, it's just like some things that people haven't seen. Like some movie, the Lord of the Rings, still haven't quite got there.
Lord of the Rings.
No, James.
Oh, jeez.
It is a classic.
Wow.
It's probably the best trilogy movie series I've seen is Lord of the Rings.
I would agree with Tom on that one. It's the best trilogy ever made.
Do you reckon we sneak that one in next year for one of the reviews, Beals?
The thing is, right, I watched the trilogy of Die Hards. They're like 2 hours each. 3 hours, 3.5 hours per movie if I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings.
So we'll do one at a time. We'll drag some episodes out of
It's a lot more time commitment to watch the 3 of those.
And you have to watch it in order. You can't go 3, 1, 2, or it'll make zero sense.
I've tried to watch. Yeah, I've tried to watch The Hobbit, and it doesn't make any friggin' sense to me.
It
No,
wouldn't
don't
as a
start there.
standalone.
No.
It'd be tough. I watched it and it didn't make sense. And I have seen all 3 of the original trilogy.
Beals, thank you, mate. I hope you're as excited as we are for 2026. Episode 3 will come out then. Thanks for your help, mate, on the pilot. And mate, we just give your feedback when you want to. Just yell out at us, James, because we've got some bigger topics we're going to cover today, and we need your input.
Yeah, I'm always happy to put my opinion in anytime.
We need to give him a buzzer. I just
Yeah.
the buzzer. So we all know that he in the studio. Just
Well,
shut
I
up,
will-
James.
Now, Beals, can you just confirm something that we spoke to last week after the first episode went out? How many listens do we need on Spotify before you'll come and do a live studio interview?
I said, if you get 1,000, I'm down there.
Righto, cool. That's a
You get
challenge.
1,000, I'll be in the studio every time. How about that?
That's a challenge, and it's on the podcast. It's on record. It's more than a signed document, this podcast. So just strap in, James.
So everyone out there, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. Get us up to 1,000.
Oh, gosh. And to help us get us to those 1,000 listens, downloads on Spotify and all the other platforms where you get your podcast, except currently a few that I haven't worked out how to upload to. Callum, now, sports, no, I wouldn't say it's your special skill, your special interest.
Nor would I.
No. Movies, I'd say, would be up there, but I would say that in the time you and I lived together, fixing cars would be one of your greater interests.
Unfortunately, yes.
So we used to have a segment when we used to catch up called "What's Callum Fixed?" or "What's he made worse?"
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
I can't remember the exact phrasing.
Mate, you've moved. You're into a new place in Wagga now. What have you been playing with? What cars have you been tinkering?
Oh, mate, I don't know if tinkering's a word. I think bashing my head against. It's more. Don't let your girlfriend buy a Jeep ever. It's a terrible idea. It will swallow all of your time.
I went over to Callum's place to catch up for a quick beer, and all I heard was what could only be described as angry emotions coming out. It was a bit dark. It was in winter. And a hammer being hit, a drill being drilled, and more swear words, only to walk in to see Callum struggling to get a steering wheel off the Jeep. How did we get to ripping a steering wheel off a Jeep?
Oh, just trying to fix a airbag light and no working horn. Like, it wasn't a big deal, I thought,
Yeah.
to fix this, but it ended up being what I went through was about 4 drills, just various taps, about 4 bolts, and I think it's a 1,200, might be a 1,500 kilo, like puller for like pulling crankshaft pulleys off, just to get steering wheel off. And boy, when it come off, did it come off.
See, that is dedication because I know nothing about cars. Simplest fix is a bit of black tape, stick over the sticker. Problem fixed. Nice and simple.
Big fan of that fix until they locked up all the suspicious pink slip blokes in Wagga. Now you got to fix things properly, which is not much.
So is that how you got there? You had to get a re-registered the Jeep? Is
We
that-
had to get it re-registered, yeah. And it had been knocked back once. And because it will actually be driven, it won't cop a Bluetooth one like my Ute did. We wouldn't do that with it because it gets driven on the road regularly. So we have to do things properly.
Do you realise that this podcast is going to at least 1,000 people?
No
Just
one,
Beals are called.
no one knows what they're talking about.
So
Allegedly.
look, you need to take us through. You need to allegedly. Thank you.
Allegedly.
You need to take us through from start to finish. Allegedly. So your beautiful girlfriend bought a Jeep. She's always wanted a Jeep. Brings it home. Doesn't pass rego. At what point did you say, "Oh, that'll be an easy fix"?
Oh, like immediately, as usual. Or forever the optimist, me. And, didn't think it was going to be a big job. I was like, we're not on a weekend. It needed just some basic stuff. Unis, airbag light fixed. front steering dampener, some other bits and bobs, and
What
other
are
parts.
unis?
Like uni joints, the drive shaft. 'Cause they were-
yep.
Every time you give the accelerator,
Tommy's giving you the looks like.
There's
Tommy's giving us the looks like. I know that they're English
a
words.
lot of parts.
I am so lost right now. I know my ute has 4 wheels, a steering wheel, and a key that turns. That's my knowledge of vehicles.
If I was a football team, I'd be sponsored by Bursons. They do very well out of me.
Could they be your show sponsor?
I'd love them to be. That'd be great. The boys down there look after me lots, and they are really good at separating me and my money from each other. If they're looking for people to sponsor, they need some sad sacks to put some branding on. I'm your boy.
Look, we look forward to catching up with what you've fixed or what you've made harder for yourself throughout next year.
Very rarely is anything fixed.
Mate, what else are you excited to bring to the podcast in 26?
Mate, just here to have a good time. Here to try and break up some of the sporting chat a bit.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get a word in, but I'm here for it. But no, just here to provide an alternate opinion, to ask questions for the layman's that have no idea, example, what Bazball is. Which,
Yes.
For an Australian bloke nearly 30, that's probably something that most people do know.
No.
Much like Tommy's avoidance of Die Hard, I have firmly avoided cricket in all forms.
But poor Beals is just our expert commentator on it.
No, Beals just knows everything about everything, though.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Recently, sports, bit of a blind spot for sports.
And moving on from sports is that, as Callum said, there are more than, I'm sure if we need to get 1,000, we can't just talk about sports. There's the Christmas season is fastly approaching. Now, we did speak about your neighbours' Christmas lights, Beals. Yeah, Beals. And they've been up since last year, so that's good. They're going strong.
Yes.
The other thing that came across my desk, and it did make me chuckle, was the fact that in Western Australia at the moment, there is a massive Santa shortage for people getting their Santa photos taken at the shops. Apparently, they are struggling to get people working with children checks to strap on the red suit and get going. So it gave me an idea. Now, we're very ambitious at the moment, but I thought, for the show, should we all go over to Western Australia and dress up as Santa next year?
FIFO Santa.
I mean, Beals, you'd probably make a great Santa.
Yeah, maybe. Except they don't like kids very much.
Truer words never spoken, Beals.
That might make it a bit hard.
What are you going to say if they sit on your lap and would you say, what would you like for Christmas, young Johnny? Or
Yeah, something like that. And then I'll say, you probably won't get it.
mate, if it's cash in hand, we'll just take it.
I'm currently staring at a statue of Santa you have in your studio here, Mitchell.
Yes.
And I reckon, put a nice white beard on Cal, dead ringer.
I've got the rig for it, that's for sure.
And I reckon I could only imagine you with toddlers.
Yep, absolutely. Beals and I share an opinion on children.
You're staring at a Santa. We were just trying to get the festive vibes up. Callum's got a full-length mirror to look at.
It is not helping. It's doing me no favours.
So when I spoke to Sam about you got to be in the studio to really experience it, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, why you need to be here. Now, I'm going to have to bring it back to sport, Beals, unfortunately, but it's a sport you may know a bit about. NFL in America. Nothing at all. You don't need to know much about this, but there's a team in the NFL, and I'm going to look this up quickly, but Tommy, you follow every other sport, mate. How can you not know about this?
I work Mondays, so I just can't watch it, unfortunately. That's my biggest excuse is it's on at a horrible time of day on a Monday. And I haven't got 7.5 hours to watch a 30-minute sport.
Yeah.
Although it is talented and I don't mind watching the highlights, but yeah, it's just, I just don't have the patience.
So the Indianapolis Colts over there at the moment, which is one of their teams. I know very little about it too, but it's just one of those things that pop up, and it came across the desk, I will say. It came across the desk when I was getting prepared. A bloke called Rivers is a 44-year-old man. Philip Rivers is returning to the NFL to play for the Indianapolis Colts due to a massive injury issue they've had with quarterbacks over there, which is like a halfback in other sports. They've struggled to find one. I think they've gone through 4 this year already, and all of 4 are out with injury. So the reason why he's caused a stir is he is nearly the oldest player to play NFL at 44. And not only that, he's actually a grandfather.
He got after it.
I'm
So
just doing the maths here quickly.
He could be the first ever grandfather to play a game of NFL.
Would he claim that record, do you think? Or did you he'll just wipe it off as a bit of an
Oh, no,
embarrassing?
I'm not. But imagine being like, he's been retired for a while now. Like, it's not as though he's still playing. But could you imagine coming back into a sport? Like, I get you probably, when you're at the elite level, you don't just lose it all anyway. But even being out for 5 or 10 years, the game would have to change. But even your fitness, like, everything hurts more.
This
when you're,
sounds like a perfect Netflix documentary.
or Aussie Backyard Banter.
Oh.
Exclusive.
Get him on.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Also, look at that. Like, surely there are more options out there in all of America for quarterbacks.
That's what they're
Like,
saying.
is it just this guy's done a job before, so it's getting back, or is he genuinely one of the greatest still?
I don't know enough about it, but he never won a Super Bowl. I think he's a Hall of Fame semi-finalist. I think that's the highest honours he got. Which
Hall of Fame semi-finalist.
I think he's a Hall of Famer, but only made a semi-final.
Oh,
Yeah, so he made the best team, but never got to the Super Bowl.
I thought you meant as in like he came second in making the Hall of Fame. Like, not
you nearly
quite
made it.
champion, nearly. Like another.
So-
If you come back
Hall
as
of
a
Average.
grandfather, you'll make the Hall of Fame. So
No, genuinely, he retired in 2020.
Oh, he hasn't been out for too long. It's 5 years, but
5 years is a long time.
it still means he
I
played till
haven't played
39.
football for 5 years, and I bet if I came back and played, I would not be on earth. Till
Dominate.
Oh,
What do you think?
I'd be the best.
James, what do you think? Being out of the game for that long, like, does he have a chance?
You'd like to think all the college football they play over there, there has to be someone that could do it that's younger than
Oh, yeah. And college football now is, you know what I reckon this is? And this is for you guys to research. And we'll bring a bit of NFL in next year too. But they've actually started to monetize college football for the first time ever.
I thought it was always.
No, never done. It was always deals with your education and sneaky cars here and there. But there was a whole thing around it. It was not professional. So, but yeah, so now they've made this professional issue, which I think is great. The views, I think college football is bigger than NFL in America. I've been over there and watched a game. It was unreal. The atmosphere was awesome. The people that get involved, like Peyton Manning was at the game, it was a college football game, and watched, was like, well, he's in a corporate box. But I think now that's monetizing with contracts. I don't know if that's changed it and made it harder to pull players out. I just don't know.
It is just crazy. Imagine Wagga Ag, Hawkesbury Ag, with 90,000 people watching week in, week out. Like, it is legit just college football. Crazy.
We went to a derby, and they play each other once each year in that regular season, but it's every second year it's at home. So they alternate the home games. We went to this rivalry game, but the year before the coaches had swapped. So the coach of one team had gone to the opposition. And you go around the city and there's like massive sheets hanging out windows saying, old mate is a dog. He should die. He is a useless, lot of expletive words.
Oh, I did the exact same thing when I left whack.
And now you're not coaching at all, Tommy. So
Nah, nothing at all now. So just a bit of junior stuff. So yeah, it should be good.
is it an accessibility thing, do you think? Like NRL grand final tickets or AFL grand final tickets are readily available for us. But if you want a ticket to the Super Bowl, no. If you're a regular person, do you think they breed so much more into that college ball thing because it's more accessible for them? Is that why it has such an intense and massive following that the professional level is just unattainable if you are a supporter and want to go?
I think it's just also America's thing of just being the best in the world at everything. So they make it the best in the world at everything. Like, they get the highest class halftime entertainment show. You pay a lot of money for the experience. Like, it's one of those ones you might not even like NFL at all, but how cool would it be to go to a Super Bowl
Oh,
game?
for sure.
sorry, Tommy, to cut you off, but the reason college football is so big is because it's so relatable.
Yeah.
Like, I think for them in America, the NFL is nearly too hard to get to. You can go there and you can be like, hey, I know
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah, no, I know.
He grew up just down the road. And because it's a bigger pool, there's double the amount of teams. And also the thing with America, which I struggle to get through, man, they don't get annual leave over there. Like, annual leave is unpaid. So a lot of the college football things are set up not in capital cities, they're set up in major.
Yeah, college town.
So then it means that they're like, if you live in a rural area, because we just did the southern states. Where did you travel over there?
Canada, not America.
Yeah, and no, we don't like Canada, do
Heaps
we?
better.
But what's their... Because their ice hockey is like our NRL.
For them, it's ice hockey and basketball's pretty big over there too, but their basketball team's in the NBA. So
Yeah.
a lot of their competitions are tied up with the American competitions.
I don't think they've won the Stanley Cup for a long time. Canada, have they?
I don't know, actually.
Have to look that up. You're in front of the
look it up.
research. Callum, what else have you got for us, mate, during the week? Have you got anything that's crossed your desk?
No, mate, not much. I make a habit to avoid things crossing my desk. I do have one. Oh, mate, that Tonga head knock. Have you heard about that? Was all I heard in the news today. I heard it everywhere.
Yeah.
These blokes have been suspended, like the medical staff have been suspended 2 years from this Tonga-New Zealand game.
Yeah,
Bad
there's a
head knock in
Tongan...
warm-up and then 2 head knocks in the game.
It is poor management from a medical perspective. Like, head knocks are common now in all sports. And they're, I guess, scary, you'd say, because you don't know what could happen. Like, it can change people's lives in an instant. Where one big thing is they've seen this guy get knocked out, rule him out straight away. Doesn't matter if it's
But it's been like that. Been like that through the whole season. That's why I think it was a big shock.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
for those
and
not
then-
about it, I think he had a brain bleed and a fractured vertebrae as well. Like he was pretty well banged up. And the fact that they let him back on and there was clear signs of concussion was, I think,
2 more head knocks in the same game. And now he's out for a whole season as well.
Now, the other thing that we wanted to talk about briefly and go over is the Christmas lights. Now, last episode, you talked about the blow-up Shrek. One that I saw this week, and I'm really not too sure how to describe it, other than a masturbating snowman. It's not near, there's a couple around, but there's definitely one near the studio, but not the one you're pointing at, not the one across the road from the studio. They're friends of the show.
I meant the one across the desk from me.
I was just about to say, at what point do you wheel out the old car yard wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man, dress him up as Santa, and just let him,
Flail about.
which doesn't really work in audio, but
We had that last week with Tommy trying to describe distance with his fingers. And Bills, have you seen anything that's crossed your eyes in the Christmas decoration side?
No, I haven't seen a lot. Unfortunately, I've only driven past a lot of houses in the daytime. All their inflatables just laying on the ground, laying in the grass.
I just literally went to the shops and the other day, Coles has opened up near us and it's been the biggest highlight. But this, literally blow up. I can't think of anything else that he could be doing with his hand.
Has he got a very distinguished smirk on his face?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen this similar. I was down the coast on the weekend and saw the exact same one. And I was like,
he looks guilty.
he does. He's got like the evil, like his eyebrows are half round. He's got a smirk on his face. He knows what he's doing. Like, it was great, but he knows that he's been a naughty snowman and will get cold for Christmas.
My thing was, like, I looked at it like, is it one of those things where it's like a hidden meaning? Like Shrek, when
It's
you watch
not
the
hidden.
movie. But if it's Shrek and you watch the movie as a kid, you miss it all. And now you look back at it and go, none of that's hidden. But I wonder if I just sat there and looked at it and I was like, I don't understand what else it could be.
He's
doing.
just trying to let it snow.
Hang on. That's all I could say. That deserves 2.
But the worst thing I've noticed with Christmas lights is, especially with young ones, is they're great in America because I'm sure it's dark by 5, 6 p.m. around Christmas. It's dark at 9 o'clock here.
It would be hard.
Like kids are asleep. Like we wanted to take Poppy for a drive. She's in bed by 7 o'clock most nights.
Yeah.
We're not going to keep her up to 9:30 go for a Christmas lights look. Like it's great for the kids, but it's just very impractical with the sun going down quite late.
Especially if you live out of town and you want to come back and look at stuff in town, then you're back home by 11 midnight and the kids are tired in bed where, I don't know.
That's what you were saying the other day when you were a young fella. Like on last episode, when you went into town to go Chrissy light looking, it was you get Macca's for dinner or whatever because it's a whole outing. It's like same deal for Poppy. Like you might maybe Christmas Eve keep her up late to take her out on that special night.
Exactly
But
right,
other
but
than that,
yeah.
that's not a Tuesday. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, we'll get look at some wine.
Yeah.
Even now we've got our lights set up and it's
They look amazing, by the way, lit up. Last episode, I hadn't seen them lit, but this time, my
Round
gosh,
2.
they are one of the top 56 I've seen this year.
Look, I will say though, our budget was blown on replacing the lights that are damaged. We had plans on getting more lights, but just I had to spend a bit of money to replace what I'd broken. But one good thing was Pete did break one herself. I felt a bit vindicated.
I was actually on Facebook today. I saw a post. Someone posted in one of the Wagga groups. It was all the streets with the best Christmas lights. Ooh. There would have been probably 80 odd streets throughout all of Wagga. I think there was only 4 in Estella.
Yep.
Glenfield Park had the most. I had probably 13 or 14 streets. So it was good. But yeah, I thought there'd be a lot more across Wagga. What do you reckon is the line to get on that list? Do you reckon half the street needs to have Christmas lights or just one really cool display?
What classifies being a street? What do you think, Callum?
I think it can be both. Because when I growing up, I grew up in a small rural town, and there was a couple of streets where everyone got into it. Yeah. But we would also make the detour to go to that one ridiculous house. I think both work.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you need to call it the street. Like I would say, go to 98 Wood Street or whatever. Put that on the list, and put the entire of whatever street is having a crack. But that's a very serious chat about Christmas lights.
Beals, you rate things for a living in the podcast. How would they make Beals' top 5 list of streets?
I just think if you got one crazy house, that's more than enough to make people go down there. In Bathurst, they used to do like a charity thing. Donation wells in front of these houses that went all out. So it would make people drive around and actually have a look, but they don't do anything like that anymore.
It's different, isn't it? And I wonder though, probably what Tommy was saying before, it's hard to get kids that are, by the time the kids that are staying awake, they're teenagers and they hate everything.
That's right. It's 9 o'clock now when we're recording this, and it's only just getting dark now. It's hard for people to go out and look at Christmas lights if you've got young children.
When they would be sitting at home listening to the Aussie Backyard Banter instead.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's right.
So I think it's been interesting with that because there is so much effort put into it, but it's really only available from 9 till 11.
How late is a courtesy to leave your lights on? Do you turn off at midnight or 10 o'clock? If you're sitting in your bedroom and your lights are raving, what time do you turn off?
I will say the street lights in most areas now, you're shutting your curtains anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I think 11 o'clock, because this is my theory at 11, right? If it gets dark at 9, you've only got 2 hours to check all the lights. So you're doing the courtesy for people that are doing the run.
If you've gone to the effort to put them up, leave them up. It's for, at worst, 8 weeks of the year. Shut your blinds, suck it up, get over it.
Beals has got guys that do a 12-month light schedule.
True. If you leave them on 24/7, Beals could look at them during the day. Leave them up all day. Leave them on.
What's their time frame, James? Are they on all the time, mate, or not?
The name is they're on all the time.
Every night.
They used to have an inflatable Santa in the chimney, but they were still there about Anzac Day. So,
then it got cold in Bathurst and off he went.
Lit the fire.
Cold, and they probably tried to light it and then realised, oh, Santa's still in the chimney. So
there's a really good Christmas light just down the road from us, but it's quite a unique Christmas light. It's a neon sign that says open and it flashes, but it's between midnight and 4 a.m. So it's just a really weird time.
Maybe you should go and just get a closer look.
I should do a review for the pod.
That'd be very relaxing, I reckon.
Exactly right. It's just, it's great. It's a flashing red light, Christmas. Red light, but I just thought, I've never seen it before, so I just thought it's quite a unique Christmas decoration.
The green bulb must be blown. It's just the red.
Oh, gosh.
Open for Santa to come visit. I don't understand.
Absolutely.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Beals, any final thoughts, any Christmas wishes before we sign off on episode 2 with probably one of the favourite episodes I've done?
I just wish everyone a happy Christmas and stay safe and be good. And, have a good one.
Yep.
And Happy New Year. We'll see everyone back then.
Yeah, and by the sounds of this episode, we'll get to 1,000 and you'll be joining us in the Dundale.
Looking forward to it.
Exactly. The fortnightly podcast will require your personal attendance. Callum, mate, smashed it. First episode, you're a natural.
Thank you. Had some teething issues at the start. But it's better at the end than it was at the beginning. So if everything's like that, you're doing all right.
Tommy and I are old hands, so we can just guide you through it. But great to have you. We really look forward to having you in the studio every now and again next year.
Glad to be here. Can confirm podcast episode equal to 2.5 Guinnesses. That's the slot. 2.5 stars.
Tommy, thank you for taking time out of your newly engaged life to spend an evening with the team and adding your wisdom. Before I let you go and before you sign off, predictions for the next 2 test matches. We won't talk till after Sydney.
I was discussing with someone at work yesterday. If it wasn't England, you'd love to see the opposition win the next 2 tests and make Sydney a cracker and decider. Because it's England, I hope we destroy them by innings in every game and we beat them 5-0.
We just heard today you finished up coaching with the Waratahs. Congratulations on your premiership there with them.
Thank you.
You've been with WAC. What would you be telling the English team now? What do you tell those guys? Like, the media's onto them. They'd hear that. When they're down like that, how do you bring them back from that? Is it possible, do you think, just take off the fact you hate England, is it possible for them to mentally get back into it?
I think 5 days on Noosa Beach wearing sunglasses is going to help their mental state pretty easily.
5-0, we've heard it here. Tommy, sign us off, mate. What have you for Christmas? And we can't wait to have you co-hosting next year.
Thank you. We wish everyone a very Merry Christmas with all your loved ones and look after each other.
And that's it from me too. Thanks everyone for listening, for all your feedback. Again, hit us up on our Facebook page, Instagram, and we love emails. We actually got an email from a very important listener, our favourite correspondent, and the email title said, and you'll know who this is who sent the email, Thomas Lamond was the subject, and it said, please inform Tommy he should only talk positively about my nephew Travis. He can bat anywhere, anytime he wants. He can open. Kind regards, BJ Head. So we're getting all sorts of famous people emailing the show and specifically targeted at you, Tommy. So lift your game and just know that everyone's listening and shoot us more emails at the Aussie Backyard Banter at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Everyone have a great Easter. I've had cut.
Only 1.5 Guinnesses for Mitch.
Go again.
Yeah, everyone have a great Christmas. Travel safe. Listen to the episode once, twice, 3 times, and then share it with your friends and family. We love it all. Feedback, keep it up. Like, subscribe, all the rest. From the team, have a great Easter.
He did it again.
Oh, it's Christmas.
1, 2, 3.